السلام ورحمة الله. Yeah. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم يا ربنا اجعل اجتماعنا هذا اجتماعا مرحوما، واجعل تفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم لا تجعل فينا ولا بيننا ولا منا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم يا ربنا علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. اللهم زدنا علما. Salam, hayyakum Allah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this time a blessed one and a source of khair and barakah for all of us. Allahumma ameen. Last ayah we did half of Surah Al-Layl last time, and we want to do the second half. So we want to start with the ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى, or before. Anyone can remind us where was the last ayah we did? فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. من بخل واستغنى وكذب الحسنى فسنيسره العسرى. I think we did al-usra as well. Huh? Al-yusra before al-usra. We didn't do the usra? Uh-huh. وَمَا يُغْنِي عَنْهُ مَالُهُ إِذَا تَرَدَّى. I thought we did that. Okay, so maybe very quick on فَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ الْعُسْرَى وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is comparing those who give and those who hold off. So the first one, فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى. So whoever is giving from themselves, وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى, and they believe in either of three. What are they? Remember? What is al-husna here? Either Jannah, or La ilaha illallah, or the reward of giving. That didn't we talk about the sumbula? Remember sumbula? What is sumbula in English? Huh? Spike? Yeah, we had a hard time last time. Yes. The spike of wheat. Huh? Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة. So Allah promised that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward people. Those who think that there is no reward and that this sadaqah will decrease from their wealth, they are كذب بالحسنى, right? We did talk about some of the recent talks and analysis that have some even non-Muslims have done to say how sadaqah or charity increases the worldly wealth. Remember that one? And they said that they have observed and they have noticed in their analysis that people who make donations in this worldly life, they get two things. Number one is that they themselves become more productive and more positive in their endeavors. So, for example, a person who is thinking about others and how to help others will be more into bringing value to the people than someone who is just thinking about his or her own business, right? So that actually gives them this great potential that they go out of their box and do things that are of more impact. And not only in terms of their money donation, but even for any ideas and in anything that they can pioneer that can help the people around them. And that is where I think, and I have seen it myself. I worked for Microsoft for 5 years, and I still remember that one of the things that they gave us was that if you donate any amount of dollar, that they will match it. And I was asking, why would they do this? And I heard that they have a tax break, of course, just like any other company, but also it gives them a lot. It gives them a lot. And I myself participated in some of their activities where they go to places of like a very poor neighborhood, and then they offer them, for example, those satellites and even the office products. At my time, there were the shelf products like Word, Excel, and whatnot. And they used to take those as with a training program that they will do for free for others. And subhanallah, it only increased the share or the market share that they had, because now people have learned how to use Microsoft products, and at the time when they become capable, they will demand more and more, and it just increased the number of people who use their products. So that's even, it was just because of their charity that they did. Well, they did it for the dunya, and they are getting it for the dunya. But for the Muslim, the Muslim will do it for the akhirah and will get the dunya and the akhirah as well. The second reason for why giving in charity will increase your money, your wealth, even if it were only for this worldly life, is because of the trust. You build the trust in the minds of others. And once you build the trust, actually that gives you the strength that you're always looking for. Any merchant will do way better if he or she gain the trust of their customers, as opposed to someone who is just trying to sell and then people are suspicious. Maybe his products are not good. Maybe he is cheating us. Maybe he is monopolizing their products and so on. So subhanAllah, I mean, just imagine a very professional, great doctor, like a physician, has like a 5.0 rate in their reviews. They would have way more patients than those who have 1.3, for example, right? And that means they will have more people, they will have more money, and that would mean they have an increase in their in their wealth. And that is where we say that giving a charity, even if it were only for the sake of this worldly life, will get you more money, subhanallah. Now I wanted to say that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam talked about sadaqah in a very interesting way. In a hadith, inshallah we will explain that hadith at a later time. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam talked about salah, sabr, and sadaqah. What did he say? He said, was-salatu, was-salatu nur, was-sadaqatu burhan, was-sabru diya. Huh? So as-salatu nur, prayer is light. Sadaqah is burhan, is a witness, is a testimony, is an evidence. And then he said, was-sabru diya. And sabr is what is diya? No, nur is light. What about diya? Radiance. Okay. I think that's better. So the difference between nur and diya is that nur is pure light, but diya it has heat with it. It comes with heat. So for example, when you get close to a fire, you see some light, but it's not. We don't call it nur. We call it diya because it comes with heat. Whereas if it is only light, then we call it nur. That is why we say nurul qamar wa diya'u shams. Nurul qamar wa diya'u shams. In Arabic, the light that is reflected by the moon, we call it nur. But the light that comes from the sun, we call it diya. And the reason for this is that the one that comes from the sun comes with heat, whereas the one that is reflected by the moon is just pure light, is nothing else. So when the Rasul said as-salatu nur, and he said that as-sabr diya, it actually, both of them will give you some light, but salah is something that makes you comfortable and easy, whereas sabr requires your strong patience, right? And it's not easy. And that's why, subhanAllah, one comes with heat and the other one does not. But then Rasul said, was-sadaqatu burhan. And sadaqah is an evidence. And the reason for this is that, subhanAllah, it just takes out from you this stinginess that a person wants to hold back, or to just stick to their own wealth and stick to their own money. That is where, subhanAllah, sadaqah is a reason for someone to, inshaAllah, do even better and better. Ulama have said that one of the ways for a person to repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to really do sadaqah. Sadaqah is actually a gate that you get through, inshallah, a better world of good deeds, inshallah. And sadaqah is something that you, when you do it, you don't want to ruin it. You don't want to, send it to waste. You stick to it, and that actually makes you even do better and better in the hereafter endeavors. So sadaqah actually gives you two things. It gives you more of the trust, more of the, inshallah, the ability to think broader and how to benefit others, but at the same time it just opens all the great doors for you to do more righteous good deeds, inshallah. So فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى فَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى is exactly what I was describing, that by you giving the sadaqah, it will facilitate for you other doors of doing khair. فسنيسره لليسرى, سنيسره, we will make it easy for them to do great things at an ease. فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى, but those who hold back, وَاسْتَغْنَى, and they made themselves independent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all the mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى, that we will ease for them a path of evilness, or a path of difficulty. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And that actually, again, is something that we witness and we see. Those people who are stingy, even the non-Muslims one, subhanAllah, people hate them. People dislike them. And because of this, they don't get really appreciated in this world, in this life. Neither in this life nor in the hereafter. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make their path full of difficulties. People will just dislike them, will not let them, take positions, will try to, push them back, will try to make things difficult for them so that they cannot pursue and continue with their stinginess, subhanAllah. Okay, so what is the next ayah? وَمَا يُغْنِي عَنْهُ مَالُهُ إِذَا تَرَدَّى. And their money will not help them when they fall. And that we all know that, subhanAllah, a person who is stingy, he or she probably may be able to save a lot of money, but just in one single incident, they may lose everything. Like, just imagine a person who, subhanAllah, get into a car accident or get into some, disease. How many people that we have seen in our life that, subhanAllah, one day they were diagnosed with cancer and they have wished that they haven't even put any money. They would say, I would rather live a poor life than without cancer than to have all the millions of dollars with the cancer. This is not a joke. I'll tell you one story. When I was in my high school, I still remember we were, my father and other people were in discussion about this. And the question was, somebody was trying to talk about this, and he said, I still remember the discussion. He said, if you were given health, then you will never be willing to swap this or switch this for even millions of dollars. And he was, I don't know, he picked the wrong example or whatever. He said, for example, if you have your left hand cut, you would say, no, wallahi, I would rather stay with my hand in the right shape, even if someone will give me like $4 million. And then one person said, no, I can live with one right hand, but I really need the $4 million. And he got into a car accident. It wasn't really his left arm that was broken, but he got some other things, and he said, well, no, I don't want any money, I just want my health. But when I was young, by the way, I was convinced with that argument. $4 million, you can do a lot with it. I mean, subhanAllah, that actually tells us that one of the, by the way, my childhood, I'm now 53 years old. So in my childhood, it was very, at least we're talking about 35 years back, right? But in today's time, it's even worse. I mean, the amount of pressure that our kids have on, like, they want to be billionaires and they want to have a shortcut to make the money. Wallahi, they are willing to do anything. That's why, by the way, you know those challenges that they come on the social media, especially TikTok. Many of our kids are losing their lives because of those challenges. They tell you, for example, I don't know what the last challenge. Anyone is following those challenges on social media? They start a not her. Maybe you, brother. You should ask one of your grandchildren. They Abdullah, do you know, Habibi? Do you know? Are you aware of those challenges? Tell us one challenge that they did. A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. Yeah, and they do it because their life has no meaning. The only thing that means a lot to them is when they see themselves having a lot of followers or have something to show off. That's where we're moving, unfortunately. And that is, inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives me strength in life, I want to make a khutbah at about something called brain rot. Have you heard about this? Brain rot? You are aware of it, Riza? Okay, how come? I thought you are from the past century. You still know brain rot? Okay. Yeah, brain rot is killing us now.
People they get into these mindless activities or time-wasting activities.
Time-wasting, mindless activities, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wal-'iyadhu billah. And until their life means nothing to them. And time has no value to them. And they would still continue swapping until, subhanAllah, the whole day is gone and they learned nothing. They did nothing. Okay, so وَمَا يُغْنِي عَنْهُ مَالُهُ إِذَا تَرَدَّى إِنَّ عَلَيْنَا لَلْهُدَى. So on us, it is upon us to provide guidance to the people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. We have guided people to both paths, the khair and the shar. إِنَّ عَلَيْنَا لَلْهُدَى وَإِنَّ لَنَا لَلْآخِرَةَ وَالْأُولَى. And to us, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, belongs the akhirah and the ula. So the akhirah is known and the ula is this hayat al-dunya. فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. So we have warned you from this blazing fire. تَلَظَّى means blazing. لَا يَصْلَاهَا إِلَّا الْأَشْقَى. That no one will endure that except those who are shaqi. And shaqi means the great losers. That's what shaqi means. لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى. The one who has denied the evidences from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, denied Quran, denied the messengers, وتولى, and they turned their back to the khair or to the truth. So not only they denied, but also they turned their back so that they cannot hear it at all. الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى. And the one who will be avoiding it and will be protected from it is al-atqa. And here is the word, subhanallah, al-atqa. Al-atqa comes from taqwa. And al-atqa means the one who has the highest level of taqwa and piety. Now, anyone can remind me with the definition of taqwa in Arabic. Well, you can say it in English, but what does taqwa mean?
Consciousness of Allah, fear of Allah.
So that's the one, like word-to-word translation, but I want a definition, long definition. How could someone become conscientious? Yes. Very close. Okay. Okay. So that's another definition from another a definition from another hadith where أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك, that you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as if you see Allah, but when you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not seeable in this dunya, you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees you. Go ahead.
Doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to do and avoiding what He asks us not to do.
Do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do and avoid. Barakallah feek. Right, let's go to the very Arabic definition, even without religious content or context. What does taqwa mean? Protect, yes. So taqwa actually comes from is actually it means a shield. It means a shield that protects you from whatever is facing you. It could be protect you from fire, protect you from people trying to stab you. It's a shield, right? So they say أن تجعل بينك وبين عذاب الله وغضبه wiqaya, that you make a shield between you and the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, between you and the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's how the taqwa is actually defined in Arabic language. بِاتِّبَاعِ أَوَامِرِهِ وَاجْتِنَابِ نَوَاهِهِ. So how you do this? By following what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do and staying away from the haram that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dislikes. So, وَسَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى الَّذِي يُؤْتِي مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى. The one who would continuously give away from their money. And why are they doing this? Like fi sabilillah. يَتَزَكَّى. They are seeking purification. Seeking purification. So that's where, subhanAllah, it is different when a person spends their money and wealth to be purified from those who are spending money and wealth to be known and praised in this dunya. Both of them will gain. Both of them will gain. But the one who is spending it for the sake of dunya, they will get it in dunya. The one who is spending it to be purified will get it both in dunya and in the hereafter. And that is actually the beauty of it. That subhanAllah, no matter what, wherever you put your dollars in a good cause, even if you don't have the right intention, you will get something. It's guaranteed. But subhanAllah, if you do it for fi sabilillah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the best of the two worlds. Now, starting with سَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى الَّذِي يُؤْتِي مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى. Starting from here is talking about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu wa arda. So let's talk about Abu Bakr for a bit and then we continue, inshallah. In the time of the beginning of da'wah, Abu Bakr was known to be a wealthy person. So even before he became Muslim, he used to have a habit of going to the slave market. And you know, slavery was very common on that day. He would go to the slave market and he would purchase some of the slaves and then free them fi sabilillah. He would do that. He would spend a lot of money on doing this. He just does not like people to be seen as slaves. He wants them to be freed. His father, and by the way, his father became Muslim after the conquest of Mecca. His father used to dislike this, and he used to tell his son, "My son, why would you spend your money on this? Spend it on something that will bring you back value. Like if you free people, those people are going to benefit from it, not you. Spend your money on something that you benefit from." And he used to refuse that. He would still continue doing the freeing people. Among the people that he has freed was Bilal, and another one. Anyone knows? Amr ibn? No, not Amr ibn al-As. Amr ibn Fuhayra. Another Sahabi, just like Bilal, who actually was killed fi sabilillah at an early stage in Mecca. So he actually had a lot of the people that he freed, and then they became Muslims. Some of the disbelievers, when they saw this, they said that Abu Bakr did free Bilal because Bilal in the past has done him a favor. You see the point? When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu freed Bilal, it was, subhanAllah, a very astonishing story. The master of Bilal, I think it was Umayyah, he said he refused first. Then Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu increased the money for it. So he offered him more than what is expected as a price for purchasing Bilal, and then free him fi sabilillah. until he accepted that. And then the master said, Wallahi, had he not increased the money, I would have just given it away. I don't like this man. He's just a stupid one. There's no value in him, meaning Bilal radiallahu anhu. Abu Bakr, when he heard this, he said, Wallahi, if he were to ask me all my money, I would have freed him. Radiallahu anhu wa arda. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu wa arda was very well known for being the best of people before Islam and after Islam. And that's why Rasulullah has said, خِيَارُكُمْ فِي الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ خِيَارُكُمْ فِي الْإِسْلَامِ إِذَا فَقُهُ. The best among you in Jahiliyyah before Islam will be the best among you after they become Muslim. We hear this term or this statement nowadays very commonly. They say, Ya Shaykh, Wallahi, we have seen so many disbelievers who have great akhlaq that many of the Muslim fellows do not have. Don't we hear this? All the time, everywhere. And please remember that Islam is not just rituals. Islam starts with akhlaq. That's what Rasulullah has said, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. That I have been sent to you so that I will complement akhlaq with more righteousness. So subhanAllah, people who think about Islam as just those rituals, coming to the prayer, growing your beard, dressing like a monk, and all that stuff, those are losers. Those are losers. And the Rasulullah has said in the authentic hadith that among the first people that will be casted in hellfire are those who, and he named three. One of them is the one who have learned Quran so that people will praise him and call him Hafiz. Another one who have donated money so that people will appreciate him and call him generous. And a third one who went fi sabilillah, or he went for a battle, but not fi sabilillah, he went to be praised as a brave person. So those are among the people who will be first casted into hellfire. So it doesn't really matter how much of a great good deed that you're doing if the heart is not with you. And the heart is actually what makes you always good, whether it is for things that people will see or things that are between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why akhlaq is actually something that is built in your character. It's not something that you just train yourself. Maybe you can help yourself train yourself on like becoming more honest, becoming more truthful. But the essence, the root of honesty, the root of truthfulness, the root of bravery, all of these come from the heart. And that is what you get with the person during their childhood. That is what comes with the person as they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu was the best of people before Islam and the best of people after Islam radiallahu anhu arda. So what does the ayah say? وَسَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى, that the one who has the highest level of piety will avoid it. الَّذِي يُؤْتِي مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى, the one who continuously spend of their wealth to get purified. How many times is that? 5 more minutes. وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى. And he is not doing this because he is returning a favor for people who, or returning, or he's compensating people for a favor they have done for him, right? وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى. So why is he then doing this? إِلَّا ابْتِغَاءَ وَجْهِ رَبِّهِ الْأَعْلَى. Except that he does it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who is most high. And then وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. This وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى is an oath. Allah is making an oath by himself that he will what? He will please him. that Allah will please Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu wa ta'ala. You know this, this is a thing about Abu Bakr, it's ijma'. It's it's a consensus of all the mufassirin that these ayat were revealed for Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu wa ta'ala. There's no difference of opinion about it. And that is why, subhanAllah, some of the bad sects on Islam, when they try to attack Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and so they do with Umar, they just cannot say anything about those ayat. Well, there are multiple ayat about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, but this is one of them. This is ijma', consensus by all the ulama of tafsir, that these ayat were revealed about Abu Bakr. However, the meaning of it applied to everyone, right? So anyone who is spending their money to be purified will have similar reward, right? So we call it in tafsir al-ibratu بعموم السبب العبرة بعموم اللفظ لا بخصوص السبب. That what really matters in those ayat is the generality, is the general meaning, not the specific reason that the ayat were revealed for. Did I make it clear? So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَسَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى, the one who will be avoiding it is the one with piety, with highest level of piety. So although there was a specific reason about Abu Bakr, but what really matters is the general meaning of the statement, that anyone who has this piety will be avoiding the fire. Okay, al-ibratu bi'umum al-lafz la bi khusus al-sabab. I want to say a few things about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, inshallah, and then conclude. Umar radiallahu anhu said in an authentic statement, he said, لَوُزِنَ إِيمَانُ الْأُمَّةِ بِإِيمَانِ أَبِي بَكْرٍ لَرَجَحَ إِيمَانُ أَبِي بَكْرٍ. That if the iman of all the people combined of this ummah were to be weighed on one side of the scale versus the iman of Abu Bakr on the other side, then the iman of Abu Bakr will be heavier. Why did he say this? By the way, Umar radiallahu anhu, when he changed from Jahil, who wanted to kill Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, into a Muslim who became the second person after Abu Bakr, he has gone so long, or so in a so long journey to become the right person. So he did actually go against his will, against his shahawat, until he became the right person. So he did a lot, but still, subhanallah, he could not. He said, Umar ibn Khattab, he said, when the battle of Tabuk was declared by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the Sahaba at a time that he would never tell them otherwise. He said that we will be facing a battle, and this battle will become very difficult. So I want you from now to prepare for it and spend fi sabilillah for it. Umar radiallahu anhu said, this is my opportunity. I want to beat Abu Bakr. And he went with that intention. So he thought, what could be the best he can do? He said, I will take off half of my wealth and I will give it fi sabilillah, and the other half I will keep it for myself. And so he did. He brought it to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all half of his wealth, whatever it was, and he put it in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, thinking that no one can beat him today. But then by the end of the day, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq came radiallahu anhu wa arda, and he put all of his wealth. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Abu Bakr in front of the Sahaba, in front of Umar, he said, ماذا أبقيت لأهلك يا أبا بكر? What have you left for your family, O Abu Bakr? He said, أبقيت لهم الله ورسوله. that I have left for them their love to Allah and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At that time, Umar radiallahu anhu said, فَوَاللَّهِ لَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ أَنِّي لَا أَسْبِقُهُ أَبَدًا. That at that point in time, I came to this conclusion that there's no way I can compete with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. And see, subhanAllah, even Umar, with all what we know about Umar, he could not do accept half of what Abu Bakr as-Siddiq has done. And by the way, not only that, had any other person provided to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all of their wealth, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not accept it from them. You know that? Why did he accept it from Abu Bakr and not from others? Because when he asked him, what did you leave for your family? He said the love of Allah and His Messenger. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam trusted that the family of Abu Bakr were so righteous that yes, indeed, regardless of how difficult this will be for them, that they will endure that difficulty and they will be happy and satisfied. If any other one did the same, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not accept it. Because he knew that even if the person in front of me was truthful, but his family cannot be like that. They will come and regret it, and they will fight with the man. Why did you bring us to this loss? How come you wasted all the money? You didn't even leave for us this much. Don't we hear that these days? Subhanallah. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu warda, in all shapes of khair, and he was the best person. Two more things and I will be done. Rasulullah said in one authentic hadith, he was in a gathering with his companions. He said, "Man asbaha al-yawma minkum sa'iman." Who started his day fasting? Abu Bakr said, "Ana." "Man tabi'a minkum al-yawma janaza." Who has followed a funeral today? Abu Bakr said, "Ana." "Man at'ama al-yawma minkum miskina." Who has fed a needy today? Abu Bakr said, "Ana." He asked then, فَمَنْ عَادَ مِنْكُمْ الْيَوْمَ مَرِيضًا. And who has visited a sick person today? And Abu Bakr said, أَنا. He said, مَجْتَمَعْنَا بِمْرِئٍ فِي يَوْمٍ إِلَّا دَخَلَ الْجَنَّةِ. That those four actions, if they come together in the same day in a person, he or she is guaranteed Jannah. Now the question that I always ask myself, did he, Abu Bakr, prepare himself for that quiz? Did he know that he ﷺ would ask those, so he made sure that he will do it before the question? So what does that tell you? It tells you that this is habitual thing. He does that every day. And even more, this was Abu Bakr. This was Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. But even with that, one of the Sahaba was asked, "Wallahi ma sabaqana Abu Bakr بكثير صلاة ولا صيام." That he said, I swear by Allah, that it wasn't the extra salah and extra siyam that made Abu Bakr better than us. ولكن بشيء وقر في قلبه. In fact, it was something that resided in his heart. And that is the thing that made Rasulullah ﷺ to call him as-Siddiq. Because at the time when everyone has rejected Rasulullah ﷺ, he was the one accepting the message from Rasulullah ﷺ and helping him. That is why, especially when he had al-Isra and al-Mi'raj, they told Abu Bakr, did you hear what your friend is saying now? You've been trying to convince us that he's saying the truth. Listen to what he said. Going from Mecca to Jerusalem to the seventh heaven and coming back all on the same day. What a stupid argument. He said, "In kana qalahu faqad sadaq." If he truly has said that, then he is the most truthful. That's it. That's it. He is the best of the believers. Radiallahu anhu warda. Rasulullah has said a statement about him. This is an authentic hadith. He said, "ما لأحد علينا من يد إلا كافأنا." that there's no person in this whole society who has given us or done us a favor except that we compensated them for it. إلا أبا بكر, except Abu Bakr. فإن له علي يد الله يجزيه بها. That he, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, has given us, meaning Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, things that no one can compensate for him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. That is وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. I hope that we take this as an example of the righteousness is not necessarily just rituals or actions. It's actually something here. And unless we fix this, there's no hope. People nowadays, unfortunately, always measure things with number of followers, how impactful the speech was. They measure success of any program by the number of attendees. That's all nothing, wallahi, in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What really matters is how many hearts could you change? How many people can you make them really steadfast on the religion? How is your heart now feeling towards their Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala? That was the thing that made Abu Bakr Siddiq the best person after the prophets. So let's recite this surah inshallah. That's just the second half inshallah and we will be done. What was the first ayah? وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ. طيب. We'll do it from the beginning. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. You recite after me and then we will recite it together. فأما من أعطى واتقى فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى ولسوف يرضى. Um, I want to just re-emphasize when you say tha, huh? Tha, make sure your tongue is going out. Can we do it now? No, no, do it like this. Yeah. If you do it inside, it becomes sa. So there's a huge difference, right? I think sometimes people mix between the two. So, tha, sa. Similarly, the and za. Huh? By the way, is there in Urdu tha and the? Is there? Is there sa and zai? Do you pronounce them similarly? Uh-huh. And the? No, not the, the. In pronunciation? Okay, there are two letters, but you pronounce them the same. Okay, so let's try to do this in Quran. So, tha, sa, and the, za. Okay, so let's just recite the surah again, the last portion. Together, inshallah. فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى ولسوف يرضى. جزاكم الله خير. صلى الله على محمد. So we have bigger breakfast today? Okay.